Hello everyone, welcome to another series of today's GK. Let's begin with previous day practice question. Question was, which of the following countries do not share its boundaries with Kazakhstan? China, Russia, Afghanistan or Uzbekistan? The correct answer is option C, Afghanistan. Kazakhstan, officially the Republic of Kazakhstan, is a country in Central Asia. Kazakhstan is the largest country in Central Asia and the ninth largest in the world. It is bounded on the northwest and north by Russia, on the east by China, and on the south by Kyrgyzstan, Uzbekistan, the Aral Sea, and Turkmenistan. The Caspian Sea bounds Kazakhstan to the southwest. Therefore, option C is correct. Now let's begin today's session. First question is, in the context of Indian arts and crafts, the Hodi is referred to painting style, temple architecture, literature, or canoe making craft. The correct answer is option D, canoe making craft. The Geographical Indications Registry at Chennai has received an application seeking the geographical indication, that is GI tag, for the Nicobari Hodi craft recently. This is the first application from the Union Territory seeking a tag for one of its products. The Hodi is the Nicobari tribe's traditional craft. It is an outrigger canoe very commonly operated in the Nicobar group of islands. The technical skills for building a Hodi are based on indigenous knowledge inherited by the Nicobaris from their forefathers. The Hodi is built using either locally available trees or from nearby islands, and its design varies slightly from island to island. The Tuhet, a group of families under a headman, consider the Hodi an asset. Hodi races are held between islands and villages. Hence, option D is correct. Next question is, recently the term phishing was in the news. It is related to, it is a type of fraud that cyber criminals use to trick people. It is a technique used in ballistic missiles. It is a device which is used to measure marine pollution, or it is associated with the rising price of crude oil due to war. The correct answer is option A. It is a type of fraud that cyber criminals use to trick people. Phishing is a type of fraud that cyber criminals use to trick people into divulging personal information such as social security numbers, passwords, and birth dates. It's also used to trick someone into sending money to con artists. Typically, phishing attacks refer to scams sent via email and text messages. However, it can also be broadly used to describe any kind of social engineering that deceives or tricks the victim into sending money or sharing information with the fraudster. Like phishing, where the term originates, phishing attacks use a wide variety of tools as bait to gain your trust. Hence, option A is correct. Next question is, with reference to the BioSentinel experiment, consider the following statements. 1. This experiment is associated with the US Space Agency NASA. 2. In this experiment, mushroom is involved. Which of the above given statement or statements is or are correct? 1 only, 2 only, both 1 and 2, or neither 1 nor 2? The correct answer is option A, 1 only. Yeast cells on NASA's BioSentinel science experiment launched on Artemis 1 are now getting warmed up and rehydrated for what the space agency claims is the first long-duration biology experiment in space. During future long-term crewed space missions, astronauts will venture further deeper into space, where they will be venturing into dangerous radiation environments that they will need to be protected. The small satellite called BioSentinel, developed by scientists at NASA's Ames Research Center, is designed as an early step in understanding what is needed to protect these astronauts. Hence, statement 1 is correct. In a bid to understand what happens to living beings in space, researchers are sending yeast to space. Hence, statement 2 is not correct. Therefore, option A is correct. High radiation in space can damage both heart cells and yeast cells. According to NASA, the cellular process to repair DNA damage is very similar in humans and yeast. 2 strains of the yeast, Saccharomyces cerevisiae, will grow in space in the presence of space radiation. Next question is the calling name presentation or CNAP is used in the context of which of the following ones? Space exploration, oceanography, telecommunication, or face recognition technology. The correct answer is option C, telecommunication. Recently, the Telecom Regulatory Authority of India or TRAI floated a consultation paper seeking comments about the potential introduction of calling name presentation, that is CNAP. The feature would provide the called individual with information about the calling party similar to Truecaller and Bharat Caller ID and anti-spam. The idea is to ensure that telephone subscribers are able to make an informed choice about incoming calls and curb harassment by unknown or spam callers. Existing technologies present the number of the calling entity on the potential receiver's handset. Since subscribers are not given the name and identity of the caller, they may choose not to answer them, believing it could be unsolicited commercial communication from unregistered telemarketers. This could lead to an even genuine calls being unanswered. Hence, option C is correct. Next question is which of the following is not correct about the Food and Agricultural Organization? It is a specialized agency of the United Nations. It was founded in 1945. It is based in Vienna, Austria, or it has 195 members currently. The correct answer is option C. It is based in Vienna, Austria. The Prime Minister of India conveyed his message at the opening ceremony of the International Year of Millets at the headquarters of the Food and Agricultural Organization in Rome, Italy recently. The Food and Agriculture Organization or FAO is a specialized agency of the United Nations that leads international efforts to defeat hunger. It was founded in 1945. It is based in Rome, Italy. Hence, option C is correct. Currently, it has 195 members, 194 countries and European Union. It works in over 130 countries worldwide. Next question is with reference to Indian defense capabilities, consider the following statements regarding Exercise Sangam. 1. It is a joint naval special forces exercise between India and USA. 2. It was first conducted in 1994. Select the correct option using the code given below. 1 only, 2 only, both 1 and 2, or neither 1 nor 2. The correct answer is option C, both 1 and 2. Exercise Sangam, a joint naval special forces exercise between Indian Navy Marcos and US Navy SEALs, is taking place recently. Hence, statement 1 is correct. It is the 7th edition commenced on 1st December 2022 at Goa. The exercise is planned for a duration of 3 weeks. Exercise Sangam was first conducted in 1994 and is an important military and diplomatic initiative between the two nations, reflective of the trust and friendship between them. Hence, statement 2 is correct. Therefore, option C is correct. Next question is in the context of monetary policy, what is repo rate? It is the rate the central bank of a country pays its commercial banks to park their excess funds in the central bank. It is the interest rate at which the central bank of a country lends money to commercial banks. It is the minimum percentage of deposits that needs to be maintained by commercial banks, or it is a portion of a commercial bank's total deposits that needs to be maintained at the central bank of the country. The correct answer is option B. It is the interest rate at which the central bank of a country lends money to commercial banks. Recently, the RBI has hiked the policy rate, that is repo rate, in a bid to bring down inflation from the current level. Repo rate is the rate at which commercial banks borrow money from the central bank of a country like RBI when they are in the need of funds. Hence, option B is correct. Reverse repo rate is the rate at which the central bank of a country pays its commercial banks to park their excess funds in the central bank. Next question is consider the following statements with reference to G7 group of countries. 1. The G7 is an informal grouping of advanced democracies. 2. Russia's membership was suspended in 2014. 3. India is also a member of G7. Which of the above given statement or statements is or are not correct? 1 and 2 only, 2 and 3 only, 3 only, or 1, 2 and 3. The correct answer is option C, 3 only. The G7 price cap on Russian seaborne oil came into force on 5th December 2022 as the West tries to limit Moscow's ability to finance its war in Ukraine. But Russia has said it will not abide by the measure even if it has to cut production. The G7 is an informal bloc of industrialized democracies. Hence, statement 1 is correct. The 7 countries are the United States, Canada, France, Germany, Italy, Japan, and the United Kingdom. Hence, statement 3 is not correct. Russia's membership was suspended in 2014 after the annexation of Crimea. Hence, statement 2 is correct. Therefore, option C is correct. Next question is, recently the Wassenaar arrangement was in the news. It is related to disaster management, sports technology, climate change, or dual-use goods and technologies. The correct answer is option D, dual-use goods and technologies. India will assume the chairmanship of the Wassenaar arrangement, that is WA, a multilateral technology control agreement, on 1st January 2023 for a period of 1 year. The Wassenaar arrangement has been established in order to contribute to regional and international security and stability. It promotes transparency and greater responsibility in transfers of conventional arms and dual-use goods and technologies. The aim is also to prevent the acquisition of these items by terrorists. Hence, option D is correct. Last question is, consider the following statements with reference to contempt of court. 1. It is well defined in the Constitution of India. 2. It is mentioned in Article 129 of the Constitution of India. Select the correct option using the code given below. 1 only, 2 only, both 1 and 2, or neither 1 nor 2. The correct answer is option B, 2 only. It is well defined in the Contempt of Courts Act 1971. Hence, statement 1 is not correct. Contempt of court is mentioned in Article 129 of the Constitution of India. The Supreme Court shall have all the powers of such a court, including the power to punish for contempt of itself, Article 129. Hence, statement 2 is correct. Therefore, option B is correct. Every high court shall have all the powers of such a court, including the power to punish for contempt of itself, Article 215. There are 2 types of contempt of court, civil and criminal. Civil contempt refers to the willful disobedience of any order of any court. Criminal contempt includes any act or publication which scandalizes the court or prejudices any judicial proceeding and interferes with the administration of justice in any other manner. Now it's time for the practice question. What is the IUCN status of red panda? Vulnerable, endangered, critically endangered, or extinct? Send the answer of this question in the comment section. Stay tuned for the next episode. Thanks for watching.